Is global trade truly a win-win game? Or are some countries stacking the deck? The ongoing US-India tariff debate is heating up, and here's why you can't afford to ignore it. Former President Donald Trump has reignited a fierce argument, not mincing words, about what he calls a deeply imbalanced trade relationship between the United States and India. He asserts that India slaps exceptionally high tariffs on American exports, with Harley Davidson motorcycles as his chosen symbol of unfair obstacles. But here's where it gets controversial. While American goods, according to Trump, face sky-high barriers, Indian products enter US markets with much fewer restrictions. Trump described India's tremendous tariffs, allegedly among the steepest globally, claiming that Indian manufacturers flood US shelves while American businesses struggle to break into India's market. He illustrated, they send in massive amounts of everything they make, pouring goods into our country, so they don't need to make them here, which is clearly a disadvantage. Meanwhile, we're blocked from sending our own products by 100% tariffs. Harley Davidson, with its quintessentially American motorcycles, was singled out. Trump said Harley Davidson couldn't sell in India due to a 200% tariff. So what did they do? Harley went to India, built a plant, and just like that, evaded tariffs entirely. Beyond this, the legal battle over tariffs is reaching new heights. Trump recently announced his intention to seek a rapid Supreme Court decision after a lower court ruled many of his tariffs illegal. We'll be heading to the Supreme Court, possibly tomorrow, he stated confidently. This followed a striking ruling by a federal appeals court, which found that Trump's use of emergency powers to levy tariffs breached legal boundaries. The majority opinion clarified that, while the president holds considerable authority under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEEPA, imposing tariffs and duties falls outside that scope. The controversial verdict directly impacts Trump's reciprocal tariffs on goods from China, Canada, and Mexico, though key duties, like those on steel and aluminium, remain unaffected. Predictably, reactions were passionate. Trump dismissed the ruling as a total disaster for the country, and the White House insisted the tariffs are still in force, expressing optimism for eventual legal vindication. In retaliation, Trump's administration slapped 25% reciprocal tariffs on Indian imports and an extra 25% levy on Russian oil, bringing some duties to a staggering 50%, figures among the highest seen worldwide. And this is the part most people miss. These hardline tactics may be shifting the broader trade conversation. Amid all this friction, the two countries haven't stopped talking. A potential bilateral trade agreement, BTA, is actively being negotiated. India's Commerce Minister, Piyush Goyal, is optimistic about wrapping up talks by November, despite acknowledging recent delays caused by a little bit of geopolitical issues overtaking trade issues in US-India negotiations. But here's the controversial twist. India refuses to budge on opening its agriculture and dairy industries and insists on maintaining strategic autonomy. With its Russian trade policies, these red lines could be deal breakers or bargaining chips, depending on your perspective. So, what's your take? Is India's stance on protecting its farm and dairy sectors justified, or does it block progress on a fair deal? Are Trump's tariffs necessary leverage, or do they risk sparking even bigger trade wars? Drop your thoughts below. Do you agree or disagree with how either side is handling the issue? Let's get the trade debate rolling.